It's a nice little meat shield. They kind of do a lot of damage to archers if you are getting archers. They're not very good against huntress, but then again, they are good at repairing and building towers, so the risks are pretty much outweighed by the advantages that you gain from, bringing in your peasants. Also, if you're going to do a tower push like that, build your towers a little far out, and if it's against a warden, you can even build it a little further out because arcane towers have such a huge range. And the reason I say arcane tower is because it really neutralizes the utilizations of the warden. So I did talk about Fan of Knives and how I didn't go Fan of Knives. The one thing that I find, I just run out of mana so fast with the Fan of Knives that I don't find it's useful. And the fact that I spend so much of my time harassing him means I'm not going to be spending as much time on my base or creeping with units so that I can send my warden back to my base and pick up a clarity potion or something. So me not going Fan of Knives is good in the fact that I can get a lot more individual unit kills. The one thing that it was bad for was that massive battle, which I got my ass kicked in by his massive amounts of militia. And without Fan of Knives, you can't really counter the massive amounts of militia, which is why you shouldn't be fighting in their base anyways. But that's besides the point. As Tainted Sun pointed out, in the early game, you're probably better off focus firing footmen with your warden, your footmen, or with your warden, your huntress, with the Shadow Strike, because they're a lot less mobile than the Archmage, and it's very hard to get a hero kill early game, and footmen die like flies, or drop like flies, whatever. Either way, it's kind of situational when you want to focus fire or not focus fire the hero. I decided to focus fire the hero because I could. Really, that was the only reason. And I just decided, I've used 2 Shadow Strikes on the Archmage already, I'll just keep going after him. Like the first Shadow Strike, he was out in the open. Why not? Second one, he was out in the open. Why not? So I just decided to continue going after the Archmage. So, I hope you learned some valuable points. One thing that he didn't do that would have been great is maybe a Griffin or 2, especially when I stopped getting Dryads because they were getting raped by his mortar teams. I believe Joe Secchi did an audio on this about mortar teams and Griffins. It is a really kick-ass strategy. It's a lot harder to pull off against a Warden, though. Hint, hint. Just because mortar teams die so fast to Shadow Strike, and Griffins, I guess you can focus them down with Dryads or whatnot. I haven't really played it much, so I can't really give specific examples of what you should do here or whenever. All I know is that Warden just kicks ass. There's no other way to, explain it. Oh, it turns out the guy is level 32. He's ranked 171. He's got an okay record, but it's hard to tell the records these days. Oh, speaking of which, I've gotten multiple... I don't know, I've gotten a lot of PMs about my dissing the ladder system, and I'm going to go over this one more time. Because, okay, here's how I would like to put it. It is not a ladder system, okay? A ladder is... You have to climb every rung of the ladder to get to the top. It is more of an elevator system. You go to separate floors. You stop occasionally because, people want to get on or off. And, you get to the very top a lot quicker, especially because it's elevator and it's powered as opposed to a ladder. So I don't call it a ladder system. I call it a ladder/elevator system. Anywho, a bunch of you have been like, OMG, LOL, you think ladder system equals gay, you equal noob. So, unfortunately, my math isn't so great, and I don't understand the system of equations that you have used. But I honestly don't enjoy this ladder system. It's hard to get a really good game that you can be like, wow, I played my ass off right here, And especially if you lose a game, it sends you down so many rungs that you have to beat like 12 players just to be able to get back up to people that you're decent against and that actually create interesting games. Which is why I love the old ladder system. If you're having a bad day, you only go down like 1 level, and it's still relatively the same skill level, and all you have to do is maybe beat like 1 or 2 people, and then you're back up to your skill level, and then you can play people that are actually worthwhile, as opposed to oh, you attacked my burrows, that means you hacked, or you actually pushed my base, that means you hacked. Apparently hacking is used numerous times in the low-ranking areas, I guess. I don't know. Like, I can have a really bad game, get really pissed because he creep-jacked me like 6 times. I won't accuse him of being a hacker. I'm a fairly mannered player, I'm not going to lie. I don't usually say anything, which is why I guess I am mannered. But anyways, here's the thing. Apparently, if you beat someone who is amazingly lower skill level than you, then you obviously hacked. Welcome to my world. I know it's ridiculous. Anyways, thus ends me venting about how crappy the ladder system is. If you would like to exchange numerous PMs on how bad I think it really is, go for it. I'm all for, exchanging PMs of me bitching about things. It's always fun. Anyways, one thing that I really need is people to give me suggestions for audio commentaries. The one problem that I am having on staff at this current moment, or this current juncture of time, is that a bunch of the staff members do these audio commentaries and they upload them, like right before I'm about to upload mine, and I'm like, crap, you just did the matchup I'm about to do an audio commentary on. I've had this happen to me multiple times, and I really don't like to overlap matchups to death so that we have like 3 matchups in a row or something ridiculous. So I kind of want to avoid these things. So if you want kind of either a different strategy for something or a different way to approach a matchup, or you just want an audio commentary on a certain race countering a certain other race, just go ahead and PM me or leave it in the comments area because I'm open to suggestions. It's really hard to coordinate with other audio commentators without actual communication in between the audio commentating moments to, figure out which matchups I should be doing. So yeah, I thought I'd point that out. Once again, me bitching. I guess that's the theme of this audio commentary, or at least the ending part of it. Oh, random note. Have you ever wondered if Cecil does any singing? I don't know, he seems to have a good voice for these things. He's just got a good voice in general, but I mean, in some ways he's slightly lyrical, and I think it would be very humorous to hear him sing. Or it might be very enjoyable. I don't know how good he is. He just sounds like he would be, good at these things. Also, if you want me to continue using my own games, that's great. I probably won't use them exclusively. If I get numerous PMs, I'll do like 2 pro and then one of mine. Right now I'm just going to stick to the 4 pro and one of mine, or just 3. Really depends what I feel like when I do these audio commentaries anyways. So I'm going to end off the audio of triumph of awesomeness over skill. JK, I don't know what it really was, but I'm just going to call it that for now. So I hope you enjoyed the audio commentary. I hope you learned something about the uses of Warden and how to position your Night Elf units in micro and crap like that. And, just remember, I like you the best. Peace out.